like the people at Microsoft already knew me, and I was making connections with the folks at Microsoft, and I believe they just kind of loved the way I kind of, positioned who I was in the interview, in
Uh-huh.
terms of relationship building within the interview, and that connection to the product of Microsoft or the features of Microsoft or the CEO of Microsoft, talking about that journey and what I researched and relating it back, to the people that was interviewing me at the time. And I believe that's why they hired me, man, because they said, hey, you have this, as they call this, the gift of gab, right?
Mm.
That gift of gab can sometimes take you further than having like really deep
No,
technical
technology.
skills. Yeah, yeah. And so I think that's how I got the position that I got, because even though I didn't understand what tech sales was, but I did understand how to be a person
Wow.
develops relationships with other people.
From an inbound scam DM from Microsoft all the way to the final round.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you became a premier field engineer. Is that what the position
Yep.
was?
Yep. At
Okay.
the time, as a benefit engineer, where I worked on, Exchange Online, email, Outlook, and I really just going to, at this time before COVID, you could travel, right? And I
Oh
used to
yeah.
travel to other companies around the world, and I used to
Wow.
talk
Nice.
about Exchange and help them build up Exchange Online, help them migrate off Exchange, and just do workshops, do trainings, do assessments, right, of their environment, and overall just build a relationship, right, with the customer. And so I was doing that for about 2 years. Then the role, we did a reorg. Then I became a customer engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and that was similar to the same role, but this one they kind of wanted us to start kind of having what we say like you don't want to lead the customer without like being able to position something else, right? Almost like what sales is like, hey, there's a lead for something else out of the conversation I had with the customer. It wasn't like, hey, I just talk exchange and that's it. Well, now I talk
Mm-hmm.
exchange and I might say, hey, what about your devices? What are you doing over
Mm-hmm.
there? And so now I'm leaving that conversation like, hey, I scoped out, a lead for maybe taking care of devices as well as where he was there just to take care of their servers for exchange. But now I left with another conversation for devices, which
Mm-hmm.
then that started getting looked at like, okay, even before I even got into a cloud solution architect role, which is kind of like more getting into that, almost into that sales route.